Hello chaps, how are we all doing today? And today is an unboxing. Yes, 2 videos in 2 days. John, what are you doing? Well, when you finish one project, you have to start another, don't you? So, starting again, another little project. And this time it's not really that little. It's actually a fine kit indeed. It was a kit that was given to the channel by Mr. James Morgan. So thank you, James. And it's the we get it up here. It's a big box. Yep, it's quite a big box. It's this kit here. Okay. There we go. Hobby Bus, IDF, APC, Nagmachon. Right, do I do that? Bit of Hebrew. Nagmachon. Okay. I think that's about as close as pronunciation as I can get that. So if there's anybody out there from Israel, I think sort of stick a comment in the box below and say, yes, you got it right, or your pronunciation is crap. Personally, I think it was okay. Nagmachon. Okay? What Nagmachon actually means, I don't know. But it's based off the off a tank called the Nagmachon. Okay? Nagmachon, yeah. The Nagmachon was then originally based off the Centurion tank. So the Israelis they utilize everything, don't they? They really do. Now you take the Turan series of tanks; they're based off the Russian T series. You know, the T-55, the T-60, the T-90. Well, maybe not the T-90, but the T-55, the T-60. They're the Turan 5 and Turan 6, and then they also had the American M48 patterns and the M60 patterns, and that was the series of Magaks. Okay, so they utilize everything. They really do, and you can see what they've done with the Shermans they got their hands on from both the Americans and from the French. They've changed the turret out, changed the barrel out, added bits and pieces. So this is it was originally, shall we say, a Centurion, then it became a Nagmachon, and now it's a Nagmachon. Okay, so it's the Nagmachon APC. There's a little bit of a write up there on the side of it, on the side of the box, and let's move on. Let's get all this done. Let's get this unboxing done. Okay. Alright, so here we are. First of all, we'll have a look at the box. And on the outside of the box, it gives a lovely drawing, picture, painting type thing of the Nagmachon. It's can't read Vincent Rouval, whatever. I think he was the chap who painted this picture anyway. Right, it's the Hobby Bus IDF APC Nagmachon. Its total length is 227.8 millimeters, and width is 119.6 millimeters. It's in 1/35th scale, and they tell you that it's ages 14 plus. But to me, anybody can really make it, to be quite honest with you. That's just safety, because you're going to have to use knives and things like that. And there are some younger kids out there that are into modelling, and they'll be quite capable of making this. Okay, so let's have a look at the side of the box. On this side of the box, it gives us a nice overview of it, a write-up in Chinese and in English, Nagmachon thing, blah blah blah, all about it. You can pause that if you want to and look on. Right, it tells you that there's 2 frets of PE, some decals. It's made in China, made in 2016, and it's from Hobby Bus. That's that side of it. On the other side, on the these sides here, then it's APC Nagmachon, and it gives us the kit number 83871. Okay, and on this side it gives us 3 more depictions of it, sort of side on, front on, and its bum. And this product is not a toy, suitable for ages 14 and over, and it gives us that in lots of different languages. And the other side is basically, the other end piece is the same as the other side. So let's turn it around and let's open it up, and we'll have a look at what you get inside in the box. Now, I'm after already opening this up, and I'm after taking all the sprues out of the plastic, just to make it easier, and it gave me something to do last time when I was chatting away with Simon. So while I was chatting away, I took all the bags off and I labelled them all up, just to make it handy for doing the kit as well, because there's quite a lot of sprues, and when they're labelled, they're pre-labelled, it's dead handy. Oh, so let's get it open. It's a stiffish box, right? So this is what you get inside the box when you open the box. It's stuffed to the top with plastic, but they're all in bags. So, right, you get our instructions. Okay, put them to one side. We get colour call-outs. Okay, we'll go to them all in a while. Right, then we get our sprues. We get 2 A sprues. We get no B sprue, but we get a C sprue. Okay, so that's 3. 4 sprues, and we have 2 C sprues, and we've got 2 A's and 2 C's. So that's 4 sprues already. We have a D, no B, no D, an E sprue. We don't have F, but we have a G. We've got 2 G's, a couple of repeats there. We have a big H sprue, a J sprue, an M and an N sprue. Okay, and we also get 1, 2, 3, 4 sprues of track. They're individual track links. We get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. We have 58 links per sprue, and we get 4 sprues of that. I think it needs 109 or something per side. And there is a little kind of a block piece there, probably could be used as spares, I do not know. Right, we got those sprues. We get a lower hull piece. We get our lower hull, we get an upper hull, or not the upper hull, but it's a little the turrety thing. We'll call it the turret piece, okay? Because there isn't an actual turret on it, but there's a space for a turret, and this thing fits over that space, right? We got a turret piece, and we get a load of wheels, okay? Or rubber outer wheels, but they're not rubber, they're styrene, hard styrene. Took them all off out of their little bag, the little seal bag, and chucked away the bag, and then I went flicking hell home, got to keep them all together, so I had to put them into another bag. So I took one of the bags that I hadn't bloody well ripped apart. Right, we get our decal sheet. We get PE frets. There's 2 PE frets. There's that one there, and that one. And we get a clear sprue. Okay, so I'll move all this stuff out of the way and we'll go through them one by one, shall we? Why not? Right, and here we go. We'll start with the paperwork and front cover of the instruction manual. Because it is a manual, it's a booklet form. It tells you that it's the item IDF APC Nagmachon in 1/35th scale, item number 83871. We've already covered that, and please read before the tools required. It gives us the legend of the you know, what each of the symbols mean within the construction. We open it up, we get a sprue map, all our sprues, and then we start with the construction of it. We do our wheels, our drive sprocket, our idler wheel, the suspension pieces, putting them together. Then we've got the rear panel, getting the rear panel all done up with the spare tracks and things like that. Yep, that's those little spare tracky pieces. Okay. Then we're on to the lower hull, putting them on, putting all the suspension pieces on, putting more bits and pieces on, our final drive. Okay. Putting on our wheels. Building up the top, the deck, shall we call it? Little basket on the deck and things. I don't know whether it's ERA or composite armour. ERA meaning explosive reactive armour, or composite armour. You know, all the little panels that are top secret type armour stuff. You know. Mixture of Kevlar and ceramics and God knows bloody well what else they have chucked in there, and putting on our little idler wheels and, you know, return roller wheels at the top. Then we're constructing our tracks. Like I said, there's 106 links per side, not 109. So 106 links per side, and like I said, there's 58 on each of the sprues, so that's 116 it gives you per side, so you've got 10 spares, so you can fuck up a few, shall we say. Then we're putting our tracks on, and a few more, you know, tow hooks and jerry cans and things. Okay, then we're working on the little side skirt parts. Okay, putting all the little bits and pieces and extra doohickeys and things on that. As a jack, some more jerry cans, some lights and things by the looks of it, some either storage boxes or heating panels. I don't know what the effect they are. We'll find out soon enough. We've got an exhausty system there. We've got the grenade launchers or smoke dischargers, whichever they are. You can have them covered or open. There's more construction here of lights. Yes, there are lights and things for it. Moving on, we've got the driver's sort of front portion there to put on, and then we're on to our little turrety thing. We'll call it our turrety thing. We've got some access panels here to go on, building up that turrety piece there, putting on the armour and stuff on that. Okay, we're still on with that little turrety piece. There's hatches to go on to it, putting the top on that, putting the mounts for the shooty things on here, getting it all ready. Loads of little doghouse pieces. It's not a doghouse because the doghouse is the one with the extra thing. That's just to say extra armour panels. That's what they are, for sort of protection for the chaps who were shooting the shooty things. Putting all those little armour panels on, and then we're on to the shooty things. Okay, they're FN mags, 7.62 mags, and we have a Browning 50 cal by the looks of it as well. So we've got 3 FN mags and a Browning shooty thing. Okay, so that's the position of them, how they fit on. It gives you a nice little picture of how they go. Then we're on to the side skirt armour. Quite a lot. It's quite extensive, isn't it? Right, we've got our aerials. Right, this is a PE piece. Putting all them on. We've got putting on our big side panels and things. And finally, there we go. We should end up with that. Okay, that's what we should end up with at the end of all that. So, we get another nice colour piece here, our painting guide, and it gives colour call-outs for Mr. Hobby, Vallejo, Model Master, Tamiya and Humbro, and it gives you the colours and where the colours go and things like that. Okay, so that's the paperwork side of it. So now it's time to have a look at the plastic, have a look at the sprues. Okay, let's have a quick look at the plastic. I'm going to fly through it because all I really care for are a couple of points. Does it have flash? Does it have ejector pin marks? What's the moulding like? And is there any damage? Simple as that. So this is our A sprues, both are identical. There is no flash. They're nicely moulded, very, very nicely moulded indeed. There's nice detail on them. There's no ejector pin marks where they're going to be seen inside at the back of the wheels or in the front of the wheels, and there's no damage or right. Next we have our C sprue, and like I said, we're looking for the four things I look for: flash, ejector pin marks, quality of the moulding, and that kind of stuff. Okay, so we've none of that, and as you can see yourself, they are very, very nicely moulded indeed. Okay, that's our C sprue, and we have two. Up next, Sprue D, nicely moulded again, no flash, no ejector pin marks, no damage. Lovely, lovely moulding, nice and crisp, and all parts look quite nice indeed. Okay, so that is our D sprue. Right, up next is Sprue E. We've got our engine deck, our deck thing, and our side pieces. No ejector pin marks again where they're going to be visible, no flash. Beautiful moulding here on the louvers of the engine coolers, and everything else seems quite nice, and we've got no ejector pin marks. So let's move on from there. That's Sprue E. Right, next up we have our G sprue. Same story again. We've got no flash, we've got no ejector pin marks, we've got some lovely, lovely mouldings, and no damage. So they're G sprue, we've two of those, and everything is looking good so far. Right, next up we have a biggie, Sprue Hitch. It's got our side skirts and our another front piece for the deck. Same story again, no flash, no ejector pin marks, no damage. So have a nice look at them, and we'll move on. That's Sprue H. And here we have Sprue J, and we've got some nice fine pieces here. This is where you're going to see the damage, but there's no damage, there's no warping, things like that. That's quite nice. We've got our aerial mounts, and we don't have any ejector pin marks, no flash, no damage. Happy as a pig in shite, says you. That is Sprue J. Now we've got Sprue M, and Sprue M has our shooty things, okay, our little FN mags, beautifully moulded. And the great thing about these is they've got the little things like Dragon do with the extra piece there, where the ejector pin, or their ejector plugs we'll call them, they're on it. So therefore you got no ejector pin marks on the pieces themselves. Very, very nicely moulded, no flash again, and the hatches are nicely moulded on both sides. Okay, so you can have them open or closed. So that is Sprue M. Very nice indeed. Nearly finished now. Sprue N has got our extra armour that goes onto that little turrety thing to protect the shooters for the shooty things. And the same story again, no ejector pin marks, no flash, no nothing like that. We'll have a look at the insides, where you are going to see these pieces here, and no ejector pin marks, nothing to be filled in. Everything looking well, looking very, very nice indeed. and that is Sprue N. Now we've got the last of our sprues, shall we say. There's a few more bits and pieces, alright, but they're not actually on sprues, but this is the last of the sprues, and it's our tracks. We have 4 of these. Moulding is absolutely lovely on these, really, really nice. Both sides, no ejector pin marks, no flash, no extra little bits of plastic to go cleaning off or filling or anything like that. Very, very nice indeed. And there are our tracks, and like I said, we've got 4 of these sprues. Right, we've got our lower hull, which is bathtub style, so therefore it's nice and handy. You don't have to go gluing parts on to keep it nice and steady and square, so it's already nice and square for you. Same story as everything else. Lovely moulding, no flash, nothing extra, only big chunk of plastic goodness. Okay, that's our lower hull. Right, we've got our turrety piece, and that's going to have loads of other, excess bits and pieces put onto it, so we don't really worry too much about what the moulding is like. The great thing about this is that it's all put together for you, so you don't have to worry about, make sure all those angles and things are square or everything else. So that's our turrety piece, and very, very little left, lads. Right, here we have our wheel rubbers, and our rubber wheels. The rubber tyres, and they look quite nice. They're moulded in a hard plastic, they're not made out of rubber, but they're nicely moulded and no flash or anything like that. So we get 24 of them. So there's our wheels. And now we have a small little fret there of our little sprue of clear parts. And we've got our little windows. I don't know where that was, just a bit of dust. I thought it was a bit of damage on the window. So we've got our clear parts. They look nice. And we've got 2 little frets of PE. We've got some aerials and things like that. And I don't know much about PE, but they look quite nice. They're nice and thin, quite fragile. So they'll be going back into the bag with the protective cardboard on them. So we got 2 frets of PE, fret A and fret B. And now finally we've got our decal sheet, or our decal sheet, transfer stickers, whatever you want to call them. But there's our transfers and stickery things, and we've got an Israeli flag, and we've got a number plate, and we've got some other whitish ones, so they're hard to see with white on white. But there are our decals, our transfers, and our stickers, and they look quite nice too. Very, very thin. Now, that was the unboxing of our IDF APC Nagmachon from Hobby Boss, and it was kindly donated to the channel by Mr. James Morgan. So thank you very, very much, James. It's always nice to get donations. Keeps the old channel going, and I'm quite happy with that. So if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, there's a little just about there. You'll see my little logo. You can click on that, and you can subscribe through that. And if you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you very, very much. I'm also on VidMe, so link below in the description box to VidMe. So thank you very much for taking your time out of your busy schedules to watch this video. A little bit more serious than my normal, but not that I can ever be serious. I enjoy the hobby. It's there to be enjoyed, and it is an enjoyable hobby. Okay, it's quite rewarding. You know, when you build something, you look at it and you go, "Oh, that was nice, and I built that, and I made this, that, or the other." It's nice. It's nice. It's something to do as well when you get retired like me. But anyway, thank you for taking your time out to watch this. Don't forget, like I always say, go out and buy yourself a kit, build it, and enjoy it. And I'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe, lads. Stay safe.